What's up, guys? Hope you all are doing well. Today, I am joined by Mr. Evan Singleton. Evan, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing real good, man. Doing real good. So we are talking strongest man on earth at the Shaw Classic, August 17th and 18th. The countdown is officially on, man. It's coming quick. How are you feeling? How's the training going? And what are you looking forward to?
Well, obviously, I look forward to this competition every single year. It's obviously one of the biggest. It's definitely the heaviest, and it's one of the best tests of strength in the strongman game today. So it's really awesome as an athlete to be able to go out there and push myself against the best athletes in the world. I'm really excited to see where I fall. I'm going into this competition fairly confident that I'm going to put on a really good performance because a lot of these events are very solid for me. My training has been going really well. I figured out my gym situation, so now I've got a really good routine. I've got all the access to the equipment. I'm feeling really good. My head is in a good space. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna put on a good show out in Colorado in a couple weeks, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, I know there's a lot of people excited for not only the contest, but to see what you can do, right? And so
Yeah.
you're saying a lot of good events for you. What are a couple events that you're really excited about that you're looking forward to? Obviously, you got eight of them to choose from, so there's a bunch
Yeah.
here. But what events are I mean, I obviously can guess, but you go ahead and say what you're most looking forward to.
I'm really looking forward to the dumbbell medley.
Hmm.
Um, Anyone who's been following me for any amount of time knows that I love my circus dumbbell. It's a 5 bell medley, and that last dumbbell is going to be really heavy. So it's only going to be the elite that actually finish this, in my opinion. But I think that I have a really solid chance at it. My dumbbell is one of those events for me where I can go without training it for a little bit, and then when I go to hit it again, I jump right back into where I left off. It's kind of like with yoke and farmers and stuff like that. I never really go down. I just kind of stay consistent whether I train it or not. So I'm really looking forward to dumbbell. I'm also really looking forward to max deadlift. I'm not going to say that I'm the in this particular lineup that I'm the number one best deadlifter for 1 rep max, but 1 rep max deadlift is always my favorite variation of a deadlift event. I love seeing big numbers get pulled. So even if I don't end up winning the event, it's still just as exciting to watch the other guys who are pulling like 1,000 or something heavier than that. It's a good time. It's super exciting. It's an amazing test of strength, and it's just awesome to watch. So I would say the
Love it.
two favorites. I'm gonna also throw in the Fingal Finger into Power Stairs. I love that event. I'm a big Fingal Finger guy. I enjoy doing Power Stairs. I think they're fun. I think it's a great way to finish off the competition, being on top of those stairs and just having a sea of people cheering you on. It's a feeling that is impossible to replicate in any other scenario. And I live for moments and feelings like that. So yeah, I would say those are probably my big three.
I mean, it's awesome, man. So, number one, how many people are finishing the circus dumbbell medley, in your opinion? So, for people that are watching, last circus dumbbell, the fifth one, and it starts heavy too, but the fifth one is ending at 285 pounds. So, roughly 129 kilos at the end of that. So, you got to get through four to get to that. How many guys do you think walk through that and finish it?
Genuinely, I don't see more than 5 guys finishing it, and
Okay,
5 guys is being a little generous.
that's fair.
Like
That's fair.
to
So,
finish all 5 of those bells, and the last one being 285, you got to be elite of the elite when it comes to that event, and that's going to be a hard event. Like I'm looking forward to it, but I know that event's going to suck.
yes. No, I'm curious. I think also five is probably being generous with how many could finish. You know,
Hmm.
and also it's later in the contest, right? It's a day two event after after a squat and a power medley with the farm with the baler and the tractor pull. So it's going to be tough, man. So deadlift, you're excited about max deadlift, which makes me happy. How do you feel about it being raw? Right. So we're going raw, we're going regular straps. So no suits are in. And I know your deadlift has been looking good, man. I know you pulled over 900 raw, no problem. what are you personally looking to do on that event?
With well, first of all, I've done most of my strongman career in a suit with figure eight straps, so there's been a little bit of a learning curve there, and that typically was how I favored my one rep max deadlift, was suited with figure eights just to get the maximum amount of assistance with the lift as possible.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, I changed my mindset a little bit, and now when I really think about it, I feel like I'm able to get into better position and actually perform better, utilize the proper muscles firing at the correct time when I'm not in my suit. And figure eights and regular straps, that was literally just doing regular straps until I got used to it, and then it's completely fine. So that wasn't a big learning curve. That was just repetition. But now that I think about it, I'm actually really looking forward to doing it raw. I really am excited to see what I can pull outside of the suit, just my strength and all of the hard work that I've put into deadlifting raw, building my back, getting into better positioning and driving with my legs. Um, I think that me pulling 1,000 pounds raw is a very genuine possibility. And I base that off of I pulled a couple weeks back at the Nashville Fit Expo. I pulled 900 raw with regular straps for a speed rep. And then earlier in the year in March, when I was at the Arnold on the elephant bar, I pulled 940, 945, something like that. And I was able to do that with no hitching. So genuinely, I don't think that me pulling 1,000 pounds raw is out of the question. I really don't.
Do you like the format with you getting to call your weights? So each round, the way it's going to go is we'll go lightest deadlift to heaviest deadlift for that round.
Yep.
Everybody calls their own weight, and then we'll reset the bar for round two, go in the same order from lightest to heaviest. And then the third round is the only round you guys get to potentially call one weight and then make one positive increase. So you're calling all your weight. So it's not like a rising bar event where all the weights are set and everybody has to attempt the same weight. So you get to play your strategy game within there. So I
Yep.
think number one, 1,000 pounds raw, man, is awesome, right? And I think there's a lot of people that are going to be very excited to hear that out of your mouth. And I think that will put you in a very good spot within the event. But how do you feel about the format of how it's going to roll out with you calling your weights? You get to call your shot.
I like that format. I think that that format specifically is a really good contribution to the argument that strongman isn't just about being the biggest, it's also about being smart. And I feel like that part of our sport kind of gets overlooked maybe just a little bit. Just understanding that it's more than just a big guy picking up big weight. Like there is strategy to this. Conserving energy when you need to, and just putting the pedal to the metal in some events that you know that you can win and all of that. There's a lot more thought process that goes into strongman than people give it credit for. And I think with this format, it challenges us to be smart with our picks so that we can maximize the amount of points with the least amount of effort.
I love it. I love it, man. So looking at the eight events, are there any events that you are concerned about that you're potentially maybe not looking forward to, or there are events where you need to maximize the points that you can possibly get out of them?
I would say I'm going to try to maximize the points with the single finger power stairs, circus dumbbell, max deadlift, and the wheelbarrow arm over arm. I think those can be very good events for me. I think I can make up really good points. Um, I think that I can make up solid points in the keg toss, but I think the events that I'm going to need to do damage control on is probably going to be the squat and the stone. Now, I'm not going to say that my squat or my stone loading is bad because I like to think that I'm a relatively exceptional stone loader. And my history says that I have a pretty good track record of doing really well in stone runs. This is obviously a different format than a stone run. So there's that to take into consideration. But I've never been a fan of squats. I hate squats. I've never been a fan. But I'm also like a low to mid 800-pound squatter raw. So like that's by no means do I consider myself a weak squatter. The reason why I say that I might have to do damage control on these events is just because the level of competition with everybody else. There's a lot of really good squatters coming to this comp. There's a lot of really good stone loaders coming to this comp. I mean, it's just being realistic, taking that into consideration. These are probably events where I'm going to have to do damage control.
Totally makes sense, man. I mean, it's something where, you know, and those two events, the stone event will be the last event on day one, and then the squat is the first event on day two. So, you know, the better that you do on the stone event, the more that you get to see on the squat event potentially, and you know, from a strategy standpoint, you can then execute what you need to. But looking at the stones, which stone, I mean, in your mind, like, you know, going after, is it the 500? Is it the putting that 500 over? Is that kind of the benchmark for you? Are you looking more toward the 550? You know, or is it the 600? Like, I mean, where are we at with that?
Honestly, I'd be really happy. I would be really happy with a 500 stone. I've only ever done a 500 stone one time in my career. And obviously, like training stone runs, I've never had to go that heavy. So I didn't see it as a necessity until training for this competition. I would be happy with a 500-pound stone run, stone load. And if I get the 500, then obviously I'm probably just going to stay at 500, try to go for it again. Just
Get some
get it for
reps,
reps.
put up some
Yeah,
reps. If it feels, I mean, obviously this is a game time call, right? But if it
of course.
feels exceptional, which it might, is there a chance of Evan walking to the 550?
Oh, gotcha. You know
Okay,
me.
okay.
You know what's probably going to happen? Let's say I load the 500 stone and it goes over super easy. The same thing that happened in the log ladder last year is exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to load the 500. It's going to get sent back to me. I'm going to look at the 500. I'm going to look at the 550. 550. I'm just going to walk over to the 550 and give that a try.
I love
I
it.
can't. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to lie about it. That's probably what's going to happen.
Well, you know the energy that's going to be there, man. And when you walk
Oh,
out there, it's everybody is going to be, well, not only you, but everybody. They're going to be willing all the athletes to push harder, right? And that
yep.
that the atmosphere is going to be incredible. So I can't wait to see it, man. I'm pumped. I really am. You know, like your prep, and I feel like right now you've got a great stage that's set for you. You know, and I know that there's, you know, different names that are being talked about going into this contest. And, you know, I think some people are putting you into that top argument and some people are not, right? So it's kind of up to you. And at the end of the day, it's all proving it, because talk is talk. And when
Yep.
you walk out there, performance is what speaks, right? So, you know, it's a very fascinating spot that you're in right now, and you know, I'm so excited to hear the prep's going well, and that your training's going well, and that you're in a good spot mentally too. You know, I mean, I
Yeah.
think you're in a good mental spot. That's a very dangerous thing for the other guys.
I definitely agree. I've always noticed that my best performances always come from maybe the body isn't it is not going at 100%, but my mind is just laser focused on the competition. I've noticed that I have more performances with that than I do if I'm feeling 100% physically, but mentally I'm checked out.
Sure.
So going into this competition, knowing that there's a lot of good events for me. I love the atmosphere, like you said. That crowd is fucking electric. Just the way that everything is lined up, the way that I'm feeling, the way that I'm feeling mentally, like I'm gonna make sure that people understand that I'm a threat in this competition, and I'm not gonna let off the gas until the comp's over.
I love it, brother. Love it, love it. Well, Evan, I appreciate you taking the time today. I'm sure we could talk a lot more, but
Oh yeah,
you've got training to do, you've got eating to do, you've got prep to do, man. So I'm gonna let you get back to it, and I hope that the rest of it finishes up strong. And we are looking forward to seeing you out in Colorado, brother.
likewise. I'm really excited for this one.
That's gonna be good. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Give Evan some love in the comments. We'll leave a link below the video if you want more information on the Strongest Man on Earth, the Shaw Classic coming out, you know, pay-per-view, any of that stuff. You can click that link and check it out. So appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate you, Evan, and go out and be great. Check you guys later.